Hi everybody, today I want to review and unbox this Saramonic sound transmitter and receiver microphone wireless. It is obviously 2.4 gigahertz dual channel wireless. It got a system with the Lavalier. It's a Blink 500 B2 series. If you want to know what series are available that you can buy, you can look at here. A basic description in the back of the package. Read it in your own time. To open it, I just slide it out. It comes out. Box opens easily. Inside there is a manual. You can look at it later. We got two transmitters and we got one receiver. Let's take the receiver out. I take one receiver out and I get one transmitter out. Taking this box, underneath the box there is a bag. Looks very good for traveling. So you can put your transmitter and receiver inside this and take a video anywhere in the world you want, because it got 2.4 gigahertz frequency, so it's not very high. You don't need a license for using it. And there's another box to the side of that big box with a lot of wires. So let's take them all out. Here we got one lavalier, two lavalier. So look at that later. It got two 3.5 millimeter jack. You can use this to connect the receiver to the camera or the phone. So we look at that later. It also got three USB charger. Obviously we got three devices, two transmitter and one receiver. And it is a C-type. I like C-type because it's very easy to plug it in, because it doesn't matter whether you plug it from up or down. It's all the same. Just for the record, I'm now recording this audio with my Rode, the small compact Rode that I got. I'm not very happy with Rode, so I bought now this Saramonic, and hopefully this will not let me down. First difference between this and the Rode is the clip. The clip is much easier to operate. With Saramonic, the movement is much more, so you can clip to a much thicker area. So the clipping is easier, whether it's the receiver or the transmitter. So what we got on the transmitter? We got a button to turn it on. On the side we can see a line out, and the other side is USB for charging. It's a 5 volt. And let's look at the transmitter. Got a button for turning it on. There's a plus and a minus button. This button is used to increase the level of recording decibels, and you can see this metallic thing. This is the microphone, so you can just put this on your cloth and use it directly without needing to connect the lavalier. So you could either connect this lavalier to the mic like this, or you could just use the built-in mic on the transmitter. So it's much quicker and easier just to use this. So I'm gonna test it with this. Now I'm recording with RX100 Sony. Just to give a couple of other points, to turn it on you need to hold the power button for a few seconds, and then you can see it blinks blue. That means it's not connected. So if I on the transmitter hold the power, and now you can see it's a solid blue, that means now both are connected and talking to each other. On the transmitter we have button for reducing and increasing the gain. Looks like, as you can see here, there are 5 bars, but you can only set into 3 gains, 11 decibel, 18 and 25, even though there are 5 bars. But one problem with this is it's not very clear from the lights which setting we are. So the bigger the blue, the higher the setting. So I am now pressing the plus button, and you can see the blue increases. Now I press again. I pressed 2 times and it went to this, and now it doesn't go any higher by pressing plus. If I press minus once, you can see the blue didn't change, but I press once, blue again, now it changed. For some reason on the camera it's easier to see the blue lights distinguishably, but on the transmitter itself it's not very clear. The merge between blue and the red is very tiny. So if I press again, nothing happens. Press again, the second blue is gone. Press again, nothing happens. Press again, the third blue is gone, and now there is no blue. This means now if you talk anything, it would be muted. It will not record anything, so be careful. So I put it once, it's on, 2, still the same bar, and now I go to the third one. So it's a bit tricky to really understand what's a level. That's another drawback. I would say the display is not very clear, but once you get the right setting for your setup, you should be good to go. In contrast, Rode got a LCD display which is very clear. So you got two cables. As I said earlier, only one of these two cables you could connect the receiver to the camera, and the second cable is used for a different purpose. So remember, only this cable with these ends can be connected from receiver to the camera. The other cable, the two ends are different, and it's used to connect to TRRS-CTIA, and I don't have that, so it doesn't come with the package, so you need to buy that separately. Turn off the transmitter. You can't just press and it doesn't turn on. You need to hold it for some time, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and it turns off. And same with receiver, turns off. If you just press it once, it doesn't turn off. You need to hold it for a few seconds. So this video wouldn't be complete if I would not mention about this pin. This pin comes with the microphone, and you need to use it to pair a new transmitter. Originally, the two transmitters that comes are already paired. You see the hole on the receiver. For putting the pin in the pair, you need to press this inside this pair with the pin, and then you can pair a new transmitter. So now it's the time to test this microphone. I got it on, and I'm gonna walk now to the end of this path. At the end of this path, I got a garden, and I already measured how many steps I'm taking, and approximately you will know what's the distance that the range of this would work. While I'm talking, this is a close distance. Are we ready for the test? I'm gonna walk almost 30 feet from where the receiver is to the back end of this garden. So I'm gonna walk all the way to the end, and we will see whether the connection still works and whether the quality is still as good as when I'm speaking close to the camera. Let's start walking. As I'm walking, I'm talking. As you can see, if you notice any difference, we would know. I'm walking back. The view might not be very clear now, but it's a bit more windy here, so I have to talk a bit more low voice because I'm in the garden now. And yeah, I'm getting to the back end of the garden. I put another camera here, and now you can see me from here as well, and from far distance. This is 30 feet, so let's see the quality is as good or not. I'm walking back now. Obviously you could hear some noise of the bushes blowing by the wind, and now I'm walking back to the camera. As you can see, hopefully the quality of the sound is almost the same. And this was the test that I wanted to conduct. What I've noticed from this microphone that's a bit bothers me and maybe worried about is I feel that the sound is a bit lagging behind my lips movement. So it's not sync as perfectly as I'm expecting it to be. It might be my imagination. You guys let me know in the comments below whether my lips move the same time that I talk, the voice. Other than that, I really like this microphone. It's easier to fit it on your shirt. I like the clip is bigger, so it's easier to fit. It looks like robust. So now I've connected the lavalier cable, and I'm speaking now through the lavalier. You probably could hear some noise when I'm touching it, but let's stabilize it now for some time. Let's make the conclusions. So this cost around $300. Is it worth it? I'm not sure. The packaging is nice. I feel like a lot of money being spent on the packages. I don't understand why now in this day of age, why packaging is so important to spend the money on. Please spend the money on the technology and make your products better, because now we buy everything online, and if it works well, it works well, and that's important. But for me, after bringing my recording back to my computer and start editing, I start to hear some noise, like type of noise that it capture. Again, I have to confess, that my house is not noiseless. There is always some kind of noise around, but that's why we use this type of microphone, so that we could channel in towards our own voice and channel out all other voices around. If we couldn't do that nicely, then I don't know, is it the product that I would invest my money? There were some reviews online saying, okay, they went for this because it has 2 transmitters and it's perfect for having interviews, because some people want to have interviews and they need 2. One very famous YouTuber said there are no budget good wireless microphones out there. So the next level would be either Rode Filmmaker wireless microphone, or you could go to extremely high-end one, which is Sennheiser wireless microphone. When I checked last time, it was around $600, and the Rode at the moment got a good discount on Amazon, the Filmmaker Rode, which is I think similar price to this, but it has only 1 transmitter. In contrast, this got 2 transmitters. So I'm thinking to go and buy the Rode Filmmaker one with only 1 transmitter, but if it does the job, if the quality is good, it's worth to pay a bit more, but to get a better output. Again, I'm contemplating the idea of moving even downwards to a non-wireless microphone with the cable, because a lot of YouTubers use that kind of microphone and they sound perfect. So it could be a problem with the wireless. So wireless with this type of microphones, maybe you have really 2 choices. One, to go very expensive and high-end one, or to go with the cable type of microphone. So the things that I didn't like about this microphone, the display wasn't very clear. I didn't know what's my gain level. I was supposed to press 2 times to change my gain setting, which is a bit confusing. It doesn't display your battery level, so if your battery suddenly drops, you would not know, or when you know, it's maybe too late. You don't have the time now to go and charge it in the middle of filming. That's another problem. And I also noticed that there is a delay in my voice. There was another comment on Amazon, only comment that I could find out. There were not many comments, but among 29 comments that were there on Amazon, one guy said he noticed also the delay, and the delay he noticed was by having a headphone on his head and the character was talking, and he could understand, because it was live, the delay in the transmission. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I like when I spend so much money that the product would work perfectly, and if it doesn't, I'm sorry, I would have to return it. And it was a bit of a waste of time for me, and I hope the next microphone I go for would work well. Some of the summary, its range is 50 meters compared to Rode, which was 70 meters. Its battery lasts for 5 hours, and 2.4 gigahertz transmission frequency makes it a license-less microphone, which is very useful thing to have. And again, one thing I would like to add is that I watch a lot of reviews on YouTube on this microphone, as well as Rode Compact Go microphone, and there were excellent reviews on them, and everybody said it's perfect, it does the job, it's a very good microphone. But I'm sorry, it's not. I might be the only one on YouTube who says it's not, but it is not good enough for me. I don't know, some people might not notice the difference. Maybe some people have a house or a place where they're recording that the noise level around them is so minimum that they isolate all the walls and they use it there. But again, as I said, I'm looking for a microphone that would not have any delays, that it would show me the battery level, that I could maybe replace the battery so that I could continue the filming, as well as there won't be any noise. Please let me know what microphone you guys are using at the moment and the reason why you are deciding to upgrade, if you are deciding to upgrade. And I hope this video was useful. If it was, please don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.